Hey, chat. I don't know if you guys saw. There's a conversation that's been going around on the social medias, primarily Twitter, in regards to the World Championship. If you guys didn't see my video about all the memes and stuff that we did a couple days ago, go check that out. But buying tickets for Dallas has been kind of a crapshoot. It's been very difficult trying to obtain tickets. And one person in particular, also the biggest content creator we have in all of Rocket League, Sunless, averages like 5.5 million views on his videos per week. The difficulty is that he was trying to buy tickets for the group stage, which is after the wild card where they get through teams 9 through 24 ranked. They take 8 from that. They then join the top 8 teams that are automatically qualified. It gives us our top 16, and that's how we get into the playoff bracket. So group stage, the double elimination side of 2 groups of whatever, making it through. And Sunless put out a tweet as we take a look. It says, by the time I got through the line, here's what was available. Managed to get the back row of a corner. I got into group stage day 1 and 2, but day 3 was sold out. So you're talking Sunless, the largest content creator in all of Rocket League, is having difficulties being able to purchase tickets for the biggest event of the year for a game that he has dedicated his life to. And the conversation kind of got a bit bigger because Musty, also arguably one of the other biggest content creators, says, it is bizarre to me how massive Rocket League creators are actually having to go through the hassle of getting tickets to a Rocket League event. No idea. None of us. No idea what's going on. To which a lot of people took that as a sense of entitlement. And this is where the conversation kind of evolves from. In the comments and in the replies to a lot of these, there is a lot of people in the general public that see this and go, wow, this guy thinks he's better or bigger than us. There's a sense of entitlement. He thinks he's deserving of getting a ticket for free, which in a sense kind of goes both ways on it. Now, I, as much as I want to be unbiased in this, can't be. I have seen firsthand and have worked on the RLCS. I did it for 8 seasons. I've also been a content creator. I went to LA as a content creator and I worked for version 1. Speaking of version 1, if you want to hire me for more events to go work live events, please. London sounds cool. It's coming up. Dallas, maybe if you want to do some watch parties again, hit your boy up. Would be fun. But I got to go there on an outside perspective for the first time in my career. So my opinion on it is a little bit different and also a much smaller scale of things. The best example I can provide is, in the grand scheme of things, I have detailed a list, and I'm going to put myself on blast here a little bit, about what we're talking about for size of exposure that these content creators provide. So I picked 10 of some of the largest content creators, some of the most well-known figures, with varying fan bases. Some focused very heavily on the RLCS and competitive play like Rizzo, and that's where people know him. And then some that are completely removed from it. People like Lethamyr, where his fan base is primarily, even though he is a former pro, on unique game modes, custom maps, the casual audience. Same thing with Sunless, dabbles in a little bit of both. People like John Sandman, a little bit of both. Like, there is a separation between what their exposure is. And you're talking their views on just their YouTube. That's not including live streams or anything else. TikTok, Instagram, whatever. This is how many millions of views they pull. So between these 10 creators, you're talking on average 10 times as much almost as the entire Rocket League esports page. Now, obviously, you've got 10 creators versus 1, but you're talking a league that spends millions and millions of dollars every single year to create this league. The prize pool this year is $6 million alone. You're also talking about flights, travel costs, staffing, casters. It's a lot of money being invested. And their reach on their YouTube page, which is still growing, is just shy of 3 million. And if we're rounding, just to make it easy, you're talking just a little bit less than that between these 10 individuals. Their individual effort is tenfold what the entire league is when it comes to exposure. Obviously, a lot of it is the live content on the Twitch page, which is a pretty heavy amount. A lot of people do tune into the broadcast, figure anywhere from 40 to 50. It's definitely a lot less than what it used to be, but you're talking about 40,000 at a minimum of people tuning in to the main broadcast for NA and EU. Minor regions varies a lot. So the conversation is surrounding, should people like this be given a priority way to, like, should they be given an advantageous way to buy tickets or to attend the event? And there's a lot of different factors, and it's really hard for me to summarize like my thoughts on this, obviously, because I'm coming from a biased place. Objectively, the way I look at it is you were talking someone like Sunless Khan, Lethemir, etc., who want to attend these events. Without a doubt, there is no reason not to. All it takes, and this is my idea, I'm going to give you the solution before I talk about some of the like concerns. I'm going to give you the answer first, and if you stick around, awesome. Consider hitting subscribe and liking the video. But the thought process I have is you take a creator like Sunless Khan, Lethemir, Musty, Rizzo, etc., and you say, hey, we're going to cover your flights, we're going to cover your travel, we're going to give you like a VIP press box, a place for you to sit and be able to watch and enjoy the matches. And in return, we're also going to give you a media pass, a VIP media pass, to where you will have a specific place where you can sit and watch the matches. You can still interact with fans and stuff like that. But we really want you, because you have a media pass, vlog the event. We want you to make a video and expose it to that massive fan base you have. Because to us, this is a marketing expense. This is you enticing your fan base to come and have a chance to meet you, to get an autograph, to take a picture, what have you. It's a no-brainer. I can tell you it's something that it was one of the reasons why, even though little old me, like I'm talking Sunless is pulling 5.5 million views a month, I pull like 400,000. It took me 2 to 3 hours to go to the bathroom. And like, obviously I'm a unique circumstance because I casted for the RLCS and then obviously do YouTube content around Rocket League esports. Like RLCS events are where most of my fan base are going to be if I have any. But like that kind of concept, like it took me 2 hours to get to the bathroom. I cannot imagine Sunless, Musty, Johnson, like those guys are recognizable names for all of Rocket League. And while Psyonix is putting a lot of time and effort into the esport, and I think they're doing a phenomenal job. You guys have heard me rave about how great Rocket League esports has been over the years. But if you're trying to bring in more and build it up and make it bigger, you're talking right now, Dickey's Arena, I think is 13,000 seats or something like that available. If you want to keep scaling that up, you need to be able to entice the casual audience, the people that don't watch Rocket League esports, which is what these content creators cater to and market to on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. Like we're talking a lot of people. And you're telling me that for an expense here and there, you can say, hey, come out to this event. Let's make some content. Let's shoot some content together. Let's collaborate on some things. To me is a worthwhile expense, without a doubt. And if you pre-approve the ability to bring in a camera to the event and all that kind of stuff, and they make another video surrounding it, that in itself will pay dividends for you, in my opinion. I think the complication comes in is it is not the fact that they can't afford a plane ticket, they can't afford accommodation, and I don't think any of the content creators are asking for that. From everybody that I've talked to about this topic, no one has an issue paying for the ticket. But the draw and the appeal, I don't think anybody feels like they are owed it, but I feel like to an extent, when you do what you do, like it is advantageous for Psyonix to make sure that your favorite creators are there talking about the event. It makes business sense, because at the end of the day, the esport is a business. It is a marketing tool for a way to increase viewership on Rocket League. So working with the content creators in some capacity to either shoot a funny content piece while they're there, or just say, hey, we're going to do what we can to make sure that you guys are here. This is a reserved section for your content creators so they can also be a fan of the game, sit, enjoy, and watch the esport. But please make a video, vlog it, do whatever you got to do. That'd be great. Providing that opportunity is insane. And if you're not going to provide, because in LA, candidly, there was a VIP section. There was a place that was separated, which is candidly a godsend. Like my voice was gone, and I am not Sunless, anything like that. But the ability to go watch some of the matches, in between matches, go step out into the audience, sign autographs, hang out, this and that, pick and choose when you want to do that stuff, just for their own mental health and their own, like, I personally asked Psyonix, was like, hey, can I get into VIP so I can sit and like just take a breath? You don't need to give me anything. I just need a place where I can sit quietly and like breathe. Cause like I'm a pretty introverted person, and like that is overwhelming. Like I just need a place to like separate and sit and relax just for a little bit, because I couldn't escape it, which is so wholesome, very humbling, very appreciative to see the fruits of labor that I've been putting in and you guys reciprocating that. It's such a good feeling. I'm so appreciative of it. At the same time, I'm a human, I'm a person, and I have my own needs and desires, and so do some of these players. I remember back in like season 6 in Vegas, I had to take John Sandman, Phantom Ace, and some of those guys because Psyonix did not provide a place for them to sit. And I had to pull them into the family section, and even then they still got bombarded because they just wanted to watch the games. They're a fan of the game. That's why they play it. That's why they cover it. So like that stuff not being provided to me is very short-sighted, and it's something that I hope gets better. But these are the types of things that I think are advantageous if you lean into it even more. I just showed you guys, and it's a very rough estimate, 26.7 million views a month that they could advertise to just by going a little bit out of their way to be like, hey, this and that. So I understand that this fan base is a little bit tough to like ask this question to, because obviously you guys are my fan base. You guys are on behalf of me, but some of these replies talking about like, you should just buy a ticket like the rest of us. You should do this and that and all that kind of stuff. And like, this is going to come off super savage or entitled or whatever, and it may upset people, but that's, you guys know that's how I am. I'm very candid with my answers. I hate to break it to you, but they are different. They are people that have garnered an audience and do get some favoritism. They are literal celebrities to this community. And when they go into a hallway and create a literal safety hazard because there's so many people and a crowd and a mob around them, not to the scale of like Ninja. Like if Ninja goes in public, people see his hair, there is a literal mob. Sunless doesn't have that issue. But if he goes to an RLCS event, there is a wave of hundreds of people around him and no escape. I remember there was times where I had to go and pretend for Justin that we needed him for the RLCS. Season 5 in London, the first time he was there, Justin was surrounded and was like hyperventilating because there were so many people around him, and like he couldn't get out and was terrified. And I saw that look on his face, like, what do I do? I'm gonna be late for my matches. I can't. And I had to be like, yo, Justin, we need you for the thing. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. And like, I ripped him out of that crowd and like unapologetically pushed through people and just was like, I hope you're okay, man. And it's something that you don't really think about if you're in that position. So when it comes to buying tickets, I do think, yes, there needs to be a fair share for everybody, without a doubt. I think everybody should have the same chance to get a ticket. Everybody should have to go into the queue, do their thing, and obviously that can always be improved. But if I'm Psyonix, the number one thing I do is say, yes, there's 13,000 seats at the Dickies Arena set for people to buy. But instead of selling 13,000, sell like 12,500 and allocate 500 for your content creators, your family members, people like parents of the pros that need like a parental figure guidance and stuff there, like things like that. Corporate people that are there for sponsorship reasons. Have that segmented out. That stuff I think is really important. They have done this in the past. I can tell you they did this in Los Angeles. These are the types of things that I think are really important and need to be done. And if you then think about it in the marketing sense, in the business sense, it's not a sense of entitlement. I don't think anybody feels like they are, like they want or deserve this. But Verge, one of the coaches, previous Dignitas, then with Heroic, now I think still with Panda doing something. I don't know what Verge is exactly associated to right now. But he said a lot of the replies are completely missing the point, that it's not about I should be going to for free because I make videos. It's about I'm going to go no matter what, and I'm getting mobbed daily by fans unless Psyonix gives special accommodations to widely recognized creators. And that's why I put the top 10. I didn't even put myself on there because I am a nobody in comparison to the Sunlesses, the Let the Mirrors, the etc. I am no one in comparison, and even I took 2 hours to go pee. It's that nuts. You can talk to some of the people on version 1. We were trying to shoot content and people came up and like were interrupting our photo shoot, which is actually really funny. It made me look like a god in front of V1, which was super cool. So thank you guys. Keep doing it. But like even while trying to shoot content, like we've got a video camera crew with us because we're trying to do like walkthroughs and stuff with Chrissy because it's her first experience. The amount of people coming up and being like, hey, Lawler, can you? And it's like, and that's just me. That's not even like the Sunless, the Rizzos, the Athenas, the big names. So I cannot imagine what it is like for them. But I do know from seeing it and being part of it and trying to pull people away, it's a different beast. It really is. So I really hope that Psyonix starts to lean in, and they've done, and this is not meant to be critical the entire time. Psyonix has done a really good job of getting better about this and relying on their content creators and not being afraid to share. Like using content creators and pros and stuff to help test new patches, make sure things play cleanly before they come out to the public. You know, hiring content creators to create tutorial things for RLCS, like they've done with Sizz and Sunless and stuff in the past. Like leaning into the people that make content around this game and hiring them as contractors for a chance to do this kind of stuff. Imagine if they hired someone like Sunless to do like a walkthrough of the venue ahead of time. Things like that are an opportunity that I think are really awesome, that if they were to fly out Sunless, say they fly out Sunless for wildcards, groups, and the final days, and say, hey, Sunless, we want to have you do a behind the scenes look of everything going on. You can do exclusive interviews with the casters about what's going on there, this and that. They give him like a producer and an editor so he can pump that stuff out like same day. Think about everybody who watches that and is like, shoot, I really wish I was there. That looks awesome. And what that would mean. It may seem like a non-desirable expense, but I cannot imagine what it would do and what the impact would be. And to not even try it, I think is kind of the issue. So I really hope that this kind of stuff happens in the future. I mean, if CJ can pop off on Twitter by posting that he doesn't have a fridge, I can't imagine what it would be done with intent behind it. So that's what I've got. That's my opinions on it. I don't know. Maybe you guys feel differently. Maybe you do think it is coming from a sense of entitlement, but I also understand how the world works to an extent and know for some of these people, it is a need, not a want. In order for them to, if they're going to spend money to go and entertain, sitting in the audience, they're not able to watch the games. It's tough. It really is. So I do hope that anybody watching this, if it is from the Psyonix end, understands this is not an attack. This is not me calling you out, any of this kind of stuff. This is just me being like, hey, this is stuff that's important and it goes a long way and is actually the norm in every other esport. Any other event, any of that kind of stuff that I've ever worked, any other kind of relevance to content creators and stuff like that, this is a standard. It really is, and it's something that I think would go a long way and really help long term if it's not already happening. But the fact that you are getting tweets from Musty being like, hey, none of us have an idea of what's going on is kind of scary. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Am I entirely off base? Am I coming from a biased perspective, or am I on the money about this? Let me know. Again, it is one perspective. I'm open to having open conversation about this, but from most people I've talked to, there's either ones that are like completely like, heck you're entitled, you don't deserve this or that, or blah blah blah. And again, my counter to that is, it's not that anybody is trying to say that we deserve a ticket or this or that. We're willing to pay for our tickets. We have no issues with that, but there needs to be some things put into place so that people can actually watch the games and hang out. But you could double down on it and do some really cool stuff with it as well. So that is going to wrap it up for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. As always, curious to hear what you guys think. Again, let me know in the comments down below, or stop over on the stream. I stream every day but Tuesday and Sunday on twitch.tv/Lawler. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts, good or bad, as long as they're reasonable. But that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, thumbs up, subscribe, notifications, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.